Hello friends. So today I am here to share a practice to help you to connect with where we are seasonally, the first emergings of spring. I've talked about cyclical living over on my blog, and I will link to that post in the comments or in the description. And I observe the Celtic pagan Wiccan Wheel of the Year, where there are 8 points or sabbats, which are essentially festivals where we connect to the energy of the season. And we're just about to come into the energy of Imbolc or Imolc, which is the first spring festival. We're transitioning out of winter and starting to think about moving into spring. So if you'd like to read more about that, please do head over to the blog post. But for now, I'd love to share this practice with you. So I like to always preface any practice I'm offering with the notion that you're in control of your own needs, of what you want to get out of the experience. So at any time, feel free to move around, open your eyes, change position, and do what feels right for you. You might want to be seated, and if so, I always like to have a pillow on my lap just to rest my arms on, and tilt my head slightly forward to take a little bit of pressure off the back of my neck. You can choose to close your eyes or just to look at a point about 1/2 metre in front of you and let your eyes go soft. And then I always like to just say up front that if you struggle with meditation and you find your mind wanders, you're not alone. Definitely you're not alone. And minds do wander, that's what they do. And the practice of meditation really is just noticing when your mind wanders and bringing it back to the practice, bringing it back to the sound of my voice, bringing it back to whatever I'm inviting you to notice, and not judging the fact that your mind has wandered or your mind feels busy, maybe it doesn't feel busy. Whatever is present for you today is welcome. So let's begin. You can close your eyes if that feels right, and if not, just notice a point about 1/2 metre in front of you on the floor and allow your gaze just to soften. And we'll just start by taking one really deep, intentional breath in. And as you release it, you can just let go of anything that you brought with you into this space, anything from before you were here, anything that you're holding. And now just bringing your attention to your body in this space. Start to notice the feeling of your connection to the chair, your seat, the ground you're lying on, the bed you're lying on. And knowing that beneath that, beneath you, wherever you are, is solid earth. Beneath you, this solid earth that gives, sustains, and nourishes all life. The earth holding you and supporting you. And just know that you can return to this feeling of this solid earth beneath you, cradling you at any time that you need to. And now bringing your attention to your breath. Noticing the breath in the body. The breath is a constant, but for some of us it's not an easy relationship. Trauma, illness, all sorts of things can impact on our relationship with our breath. And if sitting with your breath doesn't feel right, just remember you can bring your attention back to your connection with the earth at any time. You can move between the two. You are the architect of your own experience in this moment. And if you are still sitting with your breath, just notice where it feels most present in your body. It might be the rise and fall of your chest or abdomen. Maybe it's cool air flowing into your body and warm air flowing out. Just noticing the breath in this moment. And remembering that if your mind wanders, all you need to do is notice that. No judgment, no labelling, no exploring of wherever the mind has gone. And if your mind wanders at any point, all you need to do is notice that. No judging, no labelling, no exploring of wherever the mind has gone. Just noticing it's wandered and bringing it back to this connection with the breath. The noticing of the breath in your body. As we breathe in and out, we can remind ourselves of the importance of rhythm and balance in our lives. Part of this rhythm is the cycle of the seasons, the wheel of the year that is always turning. And today we're connecting with the energy of the very beginnings of spring. This is the time of Imbolc or Imbolc. Winter's grip has begun to loosen and the sun is slowly gaining strength. The days are growing longer, the nights are getting shorter, and each day the sun brings a little more warmth. For now, though, the earth remains sleeping, and spring is just a faint whisper. So while we're at a point in the year where we're starting to think about emerging, we still might feel sensitive, vulnerable, protective, like we need to cocoon. But we can start to allow the light of the sun to give us strength. We can begin to unfurl. I just invite you to take a moment to notice what this brings up for you in this moment. Transitioning out of winter, the sun coming back, the idea of emerging, your own sensitivities and vulnerabilities. What can you notice in this moment? Maybe you feel energized at the promise of spring and this new energy. Or maybe you feel resistance and a desire to stay cocooned a little bit longer. Whatever you feel and wherever you are, all is welcome. Now take a moment to imagine yourself as a plant or a flower. At this point in the cycle of nature, you're a bulb or a seed that's nestled deep in the earth. Connecting with this plant or flower that is beginning to think about emerging. What aspects of your life form the soil that nurtures you? Just taking a moment to think about that. And observing any feelings that come up with compassion and care. Offering kindness to yourself wherever you are in your cycle of emerging. And what will your plant or flower self need to thrive when you do emerge? Again, any feelings that come up, just observing them with compassion, care, kindness, and a real intention to honour yourself wherever you are on your journey. Maybe now placing a hand on your heart or taking a deep, life-giving breath in. Remembering that breath, the constant in your body. The source of your spirit. The word spirit actually comes from the word spiritus, which means breath. Your breath is your life force. And now asking yourself, what might I need to cleanse or clear out at this time? Keeping that hand on your heart if you need to, breathing into your heart, offering yourself compassion, offering yourself care and kindness as you explore these questions, these invitations, these ideas, these seeds that you might be planting as we transition from winter into spring. And finally, asking yourself, how can I bring fire into my life to celebrate the return of the sun? And observing your feelings or experiences, anything that comes up, with compassion and care. And now imagining your bulb or seed being nourished by the soil and the intention of what you'd like to cultivate as you think about emerging. Your bulb or seed not quite ready to expand, not quite ready to push its way towards the light, but connecting with the possibility of what might be to come when you're ready. So breathing into your heart as you do this, with your hands on your heart. Feeling your heart underneath your hands, feeling your breath flowing into your body. And knowing that you'll emerge when you're ready. Knowing that you are rooted to the earth. The earth that gives, sustains, and nourishes all life. And noticing that connection again now in your physical body. Your contact points with the chair or floor. The feeling of the earth holding you and supporting you. And just taking a few final minutes in this practice as you rest in this feeling of being held. And you honour yourself and the time you've carved out of your life to be here today, to connect with this idea of emerging, what we might need to thrive, what we might need to cleanse, and the fire that we're bringing into our lives as we notice the first signs of spring. And you can lie here in this energy, this gratitude for self, this connection to the earth, for as long as you would like. And when you're ready to emerge from this practice, you can just start to wiggle your fingers and toes and bring some energy back into your physical body. Stretch in any way that feels good. And bring yourself back at a pace that suits you. Thank you for being here today. I'm Laura Babb from The Clear Space. Do check out my website if you'd like to explore some of these themes more deeply. I have online offerings for gatherings and circles where we explore the energy of the seasons, and I also run various in-person events including walks and circles and sound baths in Birmingham and across the West Midlands. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll look forward to connecting with you again next time.